Go crazy. Call him.
Ladies and G's, boys and girls, welcome back to another episode of Rare Sightings with your host, Safari Thunder, filmed by Van Dyke Mike with sound provided by none other than Mitch Hennessy. Now, on today's episode, we're thrust right back into the thick of it, right back into the thick of things, where we come upon a couple, average couple out in the wild, and they have just recently finished mating. How do we know they've just finished mating? You can smell it in the air. You can smell right when you come upon the scene and the location. We smelled the musk and the thick scent of Budussi right up in the air. And also from the way that they're dressed and what they're wearing, and from the moment that you see that they are slightly covered just barely in the nether regions, you know that something was going on. Something was amiss, something was afoot, and more than likely it was a coupling up with rapid pelvic thrusting and pelvic and pushing and in and out. And well, you know the ins and outs of it. No pun intended. Well, as I was saying, in nature, sometimes after the act of having intimacies and sexual coupling ups, sometimes the female species, she becomes a bit agitated, a bit aggravated, and as you can see, this one here is up in arms, literally up in arms, grabbing anything that she could get her hands on and attempting to take the male out. He's fighting for his life. Now, as I was saying, it's not uncommon for the male species at some times to get eaten, killed, devoured by the female after mating and coupling up. And right now, as you can see, this male, he is not having any sort of that business there. He's fighting for his life. He's going hand and foot and tooth and nail, and he's giving it a go, giving it a royal go, and he refused to go down without a fight. And I don't blame him. I couldn't imagine myself having intimate relations with the female, with my significant other, and then afterwards submitting and actually agreeing to be eaten, devoured, killed, and taken off of the plane in the mortal earth. I couldn't imagine it myself. So I am not against the male fighting for his life. Now, at one point, it seemed as if he was going to get the upper hand, but then, as you see, the tables will quickly turn. I thought he was going to be able to douse her with the water and drown her in her and make her feel the things that she wanted him to feel. But one way or another, she has ended up getting some kind of a weapon, and she turned it. The tables were turned upside down, flippity flap, flappity flip. Next thing you know, he had to run and dip. Oh my goodness, he's pleading out for help, but there's no one in the area to help him. Now, sometimes when we watch scenes like this take place in nature, sometimes we start to feel a bit sad, a bit sympathetic, a bit empathetic at what's going on, and you might want to step in, but I advise you, please do not intervene when you see these things happening, because you never know, in an instant, in a blink of an eye, it could get turned on you, and next thing you know, you're fighting for your life. Not only are you fighting one, but now you're fighting two, because as you know, it's okay in a situation like this. A lot of times the mentality is that of, it's okay for me to kill him or for her to kill her, and so on and so forth, and tit for tat. But let nothing else intervene in that mayhem, because at that moment You have now become the enemy, and all sights are on you. You've just now placed yourself in the bloody crosshairs, and anything could go amiss, anything could go awry. Once again, this was your trusty friend, Safari Thunder, with another episode of Rare Sightings. And this one, my friends, thanks to my cameraman Van Dyke Mike and my trusty sound man Mitch Hennessy, we were able to catch it all on film for you and deliver it right here. It was very rare indeed.